Good morning. How are you doing today? Um, I wanted to share a pattern I'm working on and share it with you, but I wanted to let you know today is my PJ day. It's cold outside. Um, I'm comfortable and it's flannel, so it's nice and warm. So anyway, what I'm working on today is this pattern. I'll show you the picture. It's a table runner. I'm making it for Valentine's Day. And it's called Free Conversation Heart Table Runner. I have to read my notes there. And it's by Jill and Lily Studio. You can go on their website. It's free. You can go on their website and to jillylilystudio.com to download the free pattern. Also sign up for the newsletter. So they have other patterns in there that is either for sale or free. So anyhow, I have been working on this and have it at different stages, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing to start out. I want to show you this page. This is the first to let you know the first step that you do. It's only a couple pages to do. Okay, what I'm going to do at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras and we'll get started. Okay, let's get sewing. I put the background piece on the rectangle. I'm just following it along. Now I'm going to put my next piece in. Now, like I said, you need 2 of the rectangles for each heart. And there's 20 hearts total. This is my next ones. Oh, that's pretty. I'm going to put this up here so I can have it handy for me. And I just am going to orientate it again so I can see. Lay it out, and I can see I got a heart shape there. So I'll put this one in. Okay, chain feed the next one. I think this will really end up being pretty. What's fun is I thought about putting purple in with it, but I thought, no, I won't. I just wanted to go with the pinks and the reds. But you can make it your own. You can do it. You can make a wall hanging from this and not make a table runner. Just depending on how you want to lay out your blocks. So I have there'll be 20 blocks for this quilt. This is actually pretty fast once you get going on it. Okay, I'll do one more. Then I'll show you the next step. Well, let's do this color. I think that's pretty. And now one thing you want is this. Now my pieces might be a little short. It looks like it is there, but it's matching here and here, so I'll be good. I might have to trim down a little bit. My cutting isn't always perfect, but it'll end up being pretty when it's done. And that's what counts. Now, when I get this all done and sewn into a table runner, what I want to do is I want to put it on my long arm, and I'll show you how I am going to quilt it on the long arm. So you can see that, and then we'll go and do the binding so you can see how I'm doing the binding. Okay, let's see. Oh, well. If you hear any humming, it's me. I'm a hummer. I do it and don't even realize I'm doing it. And there's no tune that I am humming. It's just humming. My grandpa used to whistle all the time. So I guess it runs in the family of doing that stuff. I'm going to come on over this way. And I'm going to just set the seam. Oh, you know what? Do I want to do that? Yes. Yes. I'm going to set the seam. Now I could do the next step right after I do this, but you know, you got to change things up sometimes just to keep it exciting for yourself. Okay, so this one is going to go this way. So I can do a little finger press here. All right. I hope you guys are sewing today. Enjoying this time. There's so many projects going on. So many content creators have come up with such wonderful ideas of what to do. And I think that's great. So you got to check out the channels. Now, if you if this is the first time you've been on my channel, please hit like, subscribe, and on the bell you can do all notifications. That way when I put out a new video, you will get a notification that I have another one up, and I'd really appreciate that. I am going to end up doing a live sometime. I just have to decide what my project's going to be. So I'm going to slowly turn so you're not getting to get too dizzy. Now I'm just going to open this back up. I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm putting my 1/4 inch mark, if you can see it, right on the seam line. So this mark is going on my stitched line, and I trim. Now you can save these. These can, I think these, if you sew those, end up being a 2 inch half square triangle switches for another project. So there's this one. Let's see if I can find the. And I'll do this other one. Laying it on the 1/4 inch seam, or stitch line, I should say. Okay, now I'm going to lay it out how it shows. I'm going to turn the page, and this shows how you would lay it out. You can see that I'm bringing it close so you can see. You're going to do the diagonals, how the diagonal lines should be. Okay, so on this one, they go opposite corners. The bigger one will go here with the diagonal going this way. You can see it's cutting it to make a heart shape. Just keep that in mind as you're doing these, that you're going for a heart shape. This one, it will be on this corner. Then just to let you know, this one will go on this corner. I'm going to let you see up close. And you'll do the opposite diagonal. I'm going to lay this way. I'm going to do one at a time. So I don't get confused. Okay, let's line this up again. There you go. Put my needle down. And I'm just following that. Now this one's going to go this way. So I'm going to make sure I have that lined up. And what you can do is, as you're sewing these, if you don't have them marked, is once you get a couple stitches in, then I want you to look at this point. This way you can keep it straight and go right, end up right there diagonally. Okay, so let's see. Before I press these, I'm going to go ahead and put this other one on. Let me lay it back down the way it's supposed to be. I'll do this. This one gets cut in like this. This one over here. I didn't mark this, so I hope I do it right. What I'm going to do is go ahead and do the diagonal on this one so I know I did it right. Okay, I'm going to lay this down, needle down, get it straight, and go ahead and sew it right off. This one. So you can see that your 20 blocks, you can chain sew each step. Now we're going to go on over here, I'm twirling you around, and I'm going to set the seams on these. Then I'm going to bring that this way. You know, sometimes it's good to finger press a little bit, especially on these small ones. Give it a good little tug there to make sure it lines up. You might have to trim these blocks just a hair, because I will, at least. I'm not perfect. See how that did up here? I'll trim that off. Okay, I'm going to bring you back around. And these are just tiny little seams, so I'm going to just give it the eye take my scissors. I'm going to trim that off. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. It's approximately 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so now I have this. Okay, there I go. Now what I'm going to do is, the next step is putting this over top of this. Okay, so just at least lay it down at first. I'm going to get a pen. I think it's important for these diagonal seams. Now, if you can see what I'm doing, you see this here? I'm lining this diagonal up, making sure it lines up good. Keeping my finger there. I'm going to take my pen. I'm going to stick it in that seam. Okay, that's going to hold that in place. Then I'm going to go down to this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Line it up. Take a peek. And get another pen. Now, if you want, you can pen in between here, but it's such a small area that you don't need to. I am going to put a piece of leader in. Okay. Now, I'm going to line up my 1/4 inch. I don't have my 1/4 inch foot on, but I do have this marking tape, so I'm going with that. I'm going to line it up. Get a little back stitch. See how well I did. One thing about using the all-purpose foot, if you can even use these guides here to put up against that, is that you can sew further down to your pen. Now, I'm going to do another one. Now, I will take my pen out, but I have my finger on this. Keep it in place. I'm just going slow just to... Okay, then I get here. I'll take this out, I think. Okay. I won't sew the other one up at this point because I think you got the idea. Let's see. Let's check those. Ta-da! I did it. So what I do is I'm going to take it over to the iron, and I don't want bulk. So I'm sewing my seam open. I mean, ironing my seam open. Okay. This is your block. And you'll do it 20 more times, just like this. And on my next video, I will give you, this is some of my instructions on how to finish that off. And hopefully you'll have the pattern by then. And we can do this together. You have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.